Millions of people have dreams to go to other countries. Majority of them have the dream to relocate permanently and stay in those particular countries. But not many countries have a lot of immigration pathways where a person can apply directly and become a permanent resident right from your own country. There are very few countries that have those kind of ways. For instance, United States has a pathway where you can apply through a lottery system. Lottery will be for everyone exception of few countries. But I'm not talking about the United States today. I'm talking about Canada. Canada is one of the countries which has, to me, among the best immigration systems, has a lot of immigration pathways. Do you know why? Very simple. Because Canada has what is called the merit immigration system, or rather, we call the points-based immigration, where you can apply on a merit based from your own country. So today I'm going to share with you how one person can become a permanent resident from your own country to go to Canada. You do all the process from your own country, and once approved, you go to Canada directly and you are given a permanent resident status. And this process, or this immigration pathway I'm going to talk, is called express entry. What is express entry and how this process is working? Let me start with a disclaimer. Express entry is different from majority of immigration pathways in Canada. Why am I saying it's different? This is a purely pathway where it focuses on certain individuals with specific skill sets and work experiences. So, in the simplest way, this is not a method for everyone to apply and get permanent residence of Canada through express entry. There are other ways you can get permanent residence of Canada. We have talked about temporary visa, work visa, and other ways you can go to Canada. Once you are working, you can apply and become a permanent resident. Or you can go as an international student in Canada, study there, work over there, and then become a permanent resident while you are there in Canada. But this you go, the other ways you go with not a permanent, you go with other statuses to Canada, student, work visa, whatever it is. While you are there, after working, you find a pathway, you apply and become a permanent resident. So those other ways, they can have people who don't have maybe degree. They can have people who just entered in high school with a certain number of year experience or with a certain type of skill set. You can go and work in the farm. You can work in the warehouse. Those don't care much about specific requirements. So if you want to become a permanent resident directly from your own country, you have to go through express entry. And I'm going to break down to you what are the things are considering, or what are the factors which we call points or score will lead you into getting this opportunity. In that way, so don't start asking, do I qualify? While you know for sure, for instance, you don't have degree, you don't have bachelor, you don't have master's, you don't have PhD. Don't ask those questions because you don't qualify. This is not for everyone. This is a process where people with a certain skill set and education background are going to apply. So, there is something called SRC score. So the process is, you go to apply. When you go to apply, basically you fill certain information which are required. Only the one which are applicable to you. Once you apply, you are going to be given a certain number, a certain score. Don't lie. What we want is to find you have a score. So these are some of the questions I can ask you, or things I used to determine what your score is going to be. List your education level. You say, I have master's degree. You get a certain points. Let's say someone with a master's degree in political science versus someone with a master's degree in mechanical engineering. You have the points, but down the road you will see someone with mechanical engineering maybe will be given higher priority. But let's say you have a degree, bachelor this points, master this one, doctorate this one, postdoctoral certain number of points. That is one of the way. Then, how many years of professional work experience do you have? The number of experience of this number may be 3, you get to this point, 4, you get to this point, so you get points based on that. On your work experience, do you have work experience in Canada? If you have work experience in Canada, you get a certain extra point compared to someone who doesn't have work experience in Canada. You have a degree. Where did you study your degree? For instance, someone who studied a degree in Canada will get extra point versus someone who studied a degree in Nigeria. Obviously, someone who studied in a first world country will get extra point, but still they prefer extra point will be getting if you studied or have work experience in Canada. What languages do you know? If you speak English, extra point. You also have French. Remember, Canada has English and French. You get more points. And by the way, at one point you will be asked to take the English proficiency test. IELTS, for instance, International English Language Testing System, to prove that you know the English. So you get points. Your age is going to give you points. If someone is, let's say, 30, that person will be a good workforce in Canada versus someone who is 55 years old. That is also going to play part. Then, there are things, if someone is married, and let's say your spouse has a degree, has a certain age, whatever, so it is a combination of so many points. The goal here is to make sure that you have so many points. That is the goal. Once you finish the application, you are going to get the invitation from the provinces to go with the application process. So you have to put the points, you fill everything, you go to the pool, then technically you are selected from the pool. Based on the cutoff points, you are going to be allowed now to continue with application after getting invitation from invitation. You call ITA invitation to apply. Technically, it's the invitation from the provinces to continue the process. As you have seen, this is not a process you just come here with your primary school education. It is purely professional people with the experience of certain work and higher degree level of education, degree and going above, bachelor, master's, PhD, and postdoc. So that is to start with the process. But the bigger question is, there are some people you might see maybe right now you don't have those kind of all the qualifications. There are ways you can use to increase your score. For instance, right now you are still a university student. The goal is to make sure you finish your degree. If you are not working, find a job, get work experience. If you don't have, let's say you can go and try to test yourself, make sure that you get higher scores in the English proficiency test. So there are ways behind you can try to make sure that you increase your score by increasing your profile, your professional profile to increase. You can be adding more points on that particular way. There is one other question I get from people when it comes to these opportunities. can I go ahead and do everything on my own? I say yes. But I usually advise people, if you can, if you are able, if you have a means to use professionals, I will advise you to use a professional to help you. It's very simple. Just ask a question to yourself. Why a lawyer who is a professional, if has a case against himself, is going to get another lawyer to stand on his behalf? Doesn't mean that the person doesn't know or is not a lawyer or a medical doctor. If you feel sick, you don't just go and prescribe everything on your own. You go to the hospital, to another doctor to help you. Doesn't mean that you do not know what you are doing. Sometimes it is better, you have higher chances of succeeding if you use professionals. In this way, I usually advise people to use immigration professionals. And today I'm going to mention one of the professionals who can be able to help you in this particular way. Relocate Ltd. Yes, Relocate Ltd will be able to help you, to guide you with the process of the express entry for you as a professional to start the process while you are in your own country and get the permanent residence status of Canada. Just try to see on the screen where I'm going to show you the Relocate Ltd process, how you can be able to use them, what are they going to help you in this particular process so that you can be able to succeed. And if you forget, if you use the landing page and the EBM Scholars, if you go to them, you say you come through EBM Scholars, you get a $100 discount. Okay, this is the website for the Relocate Ltd. So when you open the website for Relocate Ltd, it brings you to this main page where it shows you overall what the Relocate Ltd is doing in general. So you choose the country which you want to go and all those kind of things. But because we are talking about the Relocate Ltd, but before you go to check eligibility, if you go through this page, which I'm going to post on the link here, you'll get a discount. You go and fill the form, you check now, then you are continuing to add some information. Okay, so if you want to read more about Relocate Ltd and Express Entry in particular, you come here on the immigration, you click the Express Entry, and then you'll be able to see everything. While I was talking before on Canada, I talked about the issue of WES approval and the test. So the WES is the World Education Services. This is going to help you to make sure that your education is going to be evaluated and approved. So, and the IELTS is the examination to test your English proficiency. I want to make sure that you know those two terms when I talked about the IELTS and the WES approval. What do they mean? That is the World Education Service, which is the global recognized social enterprise helping international students to make sure that coming to US and Canada, their certificates are going to be approved based on the education of the particular country. So Relocate Ltd, what will they do if you go to this particular process? So they have two plans. One, basically, when you go and apply, and they are going to do, number one, they are going to review your case, to assess your case. That's number one. Then there will be a lawyer to escort you, to support you in the process. Then they are going to do, both the plan, they will do the same thing, but there are certain things will be extra. Then they are going to do the express entry registration. They are going to fill the registration for you. And then they are going to provide you express entry, the login information details to check. And also you'll be able to have a personal case manager who will be going through the process with you. But the other, this is the first plan, this one. But this one is the same up to here, up to here, up to here. But it adds certain things. So they will be able to do the English proficiency test, the International English Language Testing System preparation. They will help you to prepare. They're not taking the test for you. They are preparing you so that you can get higher scores. And higher scores means you increase more chances. And then they'll be dealing with every paperwork for you to make sure that you get the West approval for your certificates. Because as I said, this is a professional people to process to get the permanent resident directly. And obviously you have the case manager just like here, but they are going to also help you with the job search. By helping with the job search, it means they'll be able to help you, first of all, to make sure that you have the resume which is competitive enough, going according to the standards of Canada, and most importantly, to go and help you with the job search. Remember, if you have a job on already, you have a job on your hand and you do the express entry, you also have more points. So they are going to help you to get as many points as possible, and then you'll be able to process without any particular problem. So this is what I want you to go. You can go through Relocate Limited website, but I'll post the landing page here, which will help you to get a discount if you go to them, or they tell you, where did you get the information? You say, I got the information through EBM or EBM Scholars. You'll get a discount through that. So all the best to process this Relocate Limited and Express Entry.